Hi guys, so in this slide we will discuss this question, right? One second. Yes, so the question asked here is the structure passing through the center of the cavernous sinus includes, means which of the following cranial nerve pass through the center of the cavernous sinus? Is it third, is it fifth, is it sixth, or is it eighth? So you understood that today's topic of discussion will be your cavernous sinus, right? It is a very important topic, so I hope you will pay attention to this, and after this session I don't think that you will have any confusion regarding the boundaries, contents and everything about cavernous sinus, right? So let's discuss cavernous sinus and then I will come back to the question, right? Okay. So this is about your cavernous sinus. So first thing to mention about cavernous sinus, that it is a paired, see it is one of the dural venous sinuses, right? And it is paired, two cavernous sinus, right? Paired. Also remember that it is a large venous sinus or large venous space. Sinus is space only, right? Situated in your middle cranial fossa. I wrote MCF, middle cranial fossa, on either side of body of sphenoid. On either side of body of sphenoid. So this is your location, right? So this is a cavernous sinus is a paired sinus, and it is a large venous sinus situated in middle cranial fossa on either side of the body of sphenoid. So this is about your location. Coming back to the main important part, there is the boundaries and contents. So I will draw in illustration for you so that it will be easier for you to remember, right? Okay, so let me take this here. Just draw along with me. So this I drew this is your roof, right? Roof of the cavernous sinus. This is the interior of the cavernous sinus, and this is your lateral wall, and this is your floor, right? Roof, lateral wall, and this is your floor, correct? Okay, so yeah, lateral wall, and this is your floor. Medial wall is difficult to show. Just understand that medial wall is just you know how to show here. So just understand that medial wall is just medial to the sinus, right? Anyway, but if we talk about this medial wall of the sinus, it is the boundary of roof, lateral wall and medial wall is all the same, right? So anyway, I will discuss it here. Now again I am drawing few structures on the lateral wall of it, right? Fine, right? Okay, so up to this it is okay, correct? All right, now talking about your roof. One second. Okay, here it will be the floor, and here I am drawing the roof, right? Yeah, that's perfect. So this is your floor, that is your lateral one, and this is your roof, right? So now talking about your floor, so what forms the floor of the cavernous sinus? The floor of the cavernous sinus is formed by your endosteal layer of durameter, right? So endosteal layer of durameter forms your floor. Now if we talk about your roof plus your lateral wall plus medial wall, so roof, lateral wall and medial wall, all this is formed by your meningeal layer of durameter, right? So floor is formed by your endosteal layer of durameter, and roof, lateral wall and medial wall is formed by your meningeal layer of durameter. I hope up to this is clear. So this is about your boundaries of cavernous sinus. Now I will move to the content of your cavernous sinus. Talking about the content, so I have to take a separate page. Here I am writing content, right, for the structures outside the cavernous sinus, and the structures in the lateral wall or going through it we will see in the diagram. In this slide I will be discussing about the structures that pass outside the sinus. So if we talk superior to the sinus, superior and outside, it will be your optic tract, then your internal carotid artery and your anterior perforating substance. You can remember as AIOS, right? A for anterior perforating substance, I for internal carotid artery, O for optic tract, and S for superiorly, right? So this is your superior content, and superior and outside the sinus, right? Then the contents that goes inferior and outside the sinus is your first is your foramen lacerum, then is your junction of body and greater wing of sphenoid, correct? Foramen lacerum and junction of body and greater wing of sphenoid. So next, moving forward, is the structure that goes outside the sinus and laterally. This is your temporal lobe with uncus, Lastly, medial structures passing medially and outside. One is your hypophysis cerebri. By the way, what is hypophysis cerebri? Correct, it is your pituitary gland only, right? Another name of pituitary gland is hypophysis cerebri. Good. And another is your sphenoidal air sinus. This contents goes outside and medially. Now there is an important topic to be discussed, that what structure passes through the lateral wall of a cavernous sinus and what structures passes inside the cavernous sinus or through the cavernous sinus. Pay attention here. There are 5 structures that passes to the lateral wall of cavernous sinus and 2 structures that passes through and through, this inside the cavernous sinus. So the structure that passes inside the cavernous sinus, first one is your internal carotid artery, the one I have marked, and second one is your 6th nerve or abduction nerve. So that's where the applied question comes. Say a person is having an infection that anyhow went to the cavernous sinus, followed by which the person developed diplopia or things like that. Then if such clinical scenarios are given, do understand the sinus infected here is cavernous sinus only, and the nerve involved is 6th nerve, not any other nerve, because 6th nerve passes through the cavernous sinus or inside the cavernous sinus. First nerve involved will be your 6th nerve definitely, not your 3rd, 4th, 5th, because these are lateral. They will be affected but later. First nerve is to be affected among all the cranial nerves is your sixth nerve, right? Okay, moving to your nerves that pass through the lateral wall of the cavernous sinus. This one is your third cranial nerve. Third cranial nerve, right? Second is your fourth cranial nerve. Fourth cranial nerve. Then is your fifth cranial nerve, but first division. First division of fifth cranial nerve. What is that? Correct. This is your ophthalmic nerve. The fourth structure is your second division of fifth cranial nerve, right? Second division of fifth cranial nerve. What is that? It is right. Good. It is your maxillary nerve. And the fifth structure is your trigeminal ganglion. So these are the structures that pass through the lateral wall. Now you understand that if any infection goes to the cavernous sinus, the first nerve that will be affected is obviously your sixth nerve, because it is in the sixth nerve passes through the center of the cavernous sinus. Rest all other nerves will be affected, but will be affected later because they are on the lateral aspect. Correct? So now if I go back to the question, the structure passing through the center of the cavernous sinus among all the nerves, now you know it is sixth cranial nerve or your abducens nerve, right? Not third, not fifth. This passes laterally, and eighth nerve is out of question, right? So the answer is your sixth cranial nerve. Now let us revise the points. That cavernous sinus is a paired dual venous sinus. It is a large venous space situated in middle cranial fossa on either side of the body of sphenoid. Then we discussed the different boundaries and contents of the cavernous sinus. Talking about the floor of the cavernous sinus, it is the endosteal layer of dura-mater, right? Endosteal layer of dura-mater forms the floor of cavernous sinus. Then the roof and lateral wall and medial wall, all these formed by the meningeal layer of dura-mater, right? Then about the contents, through the cavernous sinus passes the internal carotid artery and abducens nerve or sixth nerve. For the lateral wall, first structure is your third cranial nerve, right? Second structure is your fourth cranial nerve. Third structure is your fifth cranial nerve, first division, which is your ophthalmic nerve. Fourth structure is your fifth nerve, second division, which is your maxillary nerve, and the final one is your trigeminal ganglion. So all these structures passes to the lateral wall. So structures passing to the lateral wall are third cranial nerve, fourth cranial nerve, fifth cranial nerve, first division, fifth cranial nerve, second division, and trigeminal ganglion. Very nice. Moving on, the contents that the structure passing outside the sinus but superiorly is your optic tract, internal carotid artery, anterior perforating substance. Inferiorly and outside, foramen lacerum, junction of podi and gutter wing of sphenoid. Laterally and outside is your temporal lobe with uncus. Medial and outside is your hypophysis cerebri or pituitary gland and sphenoidal air sinus. So this gives you a brief idea about the cavernous sinus and the questions possibly that can be asked from this topic. So hope you will not make any mistake in this topic. Simple topic. Just remember the diagrams and all, right?